The 20th Amendment went 3/4 of the way to solving what was perceived as a problem of lame duck lawmaking. The criticism of lame duck lawmaking is you've got members who might have run for office and have been defeated, yet they're still there voting when the session's over. In hunting, you have hit the duck, you've lamed it. It has collapsed down, but it's still walking. So here, the members, those legislators who had already lost, but their term hadn't ended, basically, they were free to do whatever they want and not be responsible to any constituents. The way our government was originally set up is that when you had an election, that Congress did not take office for 13 months. And instead, the prior Congress had an entire session. As soon as our government system turned from what the founders originally dreamed of, a nonpartisan system of representative government, to a partisan one. Within the first 12 years of our government, people recognized the problem with the old way it worked, that an old Congress would serve for a whole nother term. And so immediately there began to be proposals introduced virtually every Congress. The House continually refused to give enough votes to get this out. If they have a lame duck session, if they've lost election, they can do what they want during that last year, which includes giving votes in return for a future job. It empowered them. And that's why it took till 1932, when we had a depression, when we had a very unusual turnover, and you ended up with people unexpectedly taking the House of Representatives already committed on this issue in the 20th Amendment. What happens is sessions begin in January and run for a year. And that means the second session of a Congress can run after the election, but it can be at most 6 weeks, 7 weeks to finish up a term. The drafters of the 20th Amendment, they wanted this short period because they looked back to things like the 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment that ended slavery only got passed because it was a lame duck session, and Lincoln could cut the compromises with people who otherwise wouldn't have signed it to get them to pass it during the lame duck session that we're able to get through when partisanship was lifted briefly. They wanted a small window, not for starting things, but finishing up something that was already very much on the public table.